Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your one and only Shinshin Official. Guys, I'm on my way to the river. Where you guys normally see us. So I have exciting news. Even they don't come true yet, but it's a good news. The fact that we're heading to meeting. And I remember when we had the house opening and they spoke about the water situation. So yes, today is meeting and prayer meeting at the river. They said that we're gonna get some water, so I'm doing a vlog just to keep these information and for you guys to see that our community gonna get water for the first time. Pipe water. Yeah, so stay tuned. Like up the video, subscribe to the channel, and comments.
What's the one actually?
I'm a cupcake, Karen. You're gallant. Mr. Rose, how you doing?
How you doing? Jano,
Uncle Clem.
everything good?
Yes. Anika?
Kishago. Your foot now stepping up. Yeah.
Miss Cutie?
Hello, Miss Kitty.
We still have a few more chairs up here. Anybody who wants to sit? We still have some chairs. Just leave the two. Yes, I'm saying you and two other persons can sit here. And the others can sit in the front here with us. Good morning, Alicia, Aniko.
Above all else,
Lord,
as we come to you
and
and worship at your feet.
one more.
I above all else.
Bless the Lord.
Hallelujah. Oh,
Thanks.
God.
I give you thanks for all you have done. Oh, I am so blessed. My soul is at rest.
Oh, people listen to the head. I give you thanks.
I give you thanks. Jehovah
Is your name.
Jehovah
Is your name.
Jehovah
Is your name. Mighty warrior, great in battle, Jehovah is your name. Jehovah.
Just bow your head with me. Father in heaven, we give you thanks for today. a time that we have never seen before, and this moment we will never see again. We thank you for even the rain that we're experiencing at this time.
A pleasant morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It is indeed a pleasant, everyone, to this function, where I'm sure it's a last of the team, so to speak.
Ali.
Anyway, we are here to celebrate. I am smiling. You are smiling. We are all smiling because I'm near, and we welcome each and every one. The work of our Member of Parliament speaks for itself, and today is one such day that we will glorify our Member of Parliament in bringing, well, and me, and God himself, as he's blessing us as we speak. So welcome again, everyone. Let us sit back, relax, and enjoy what is happening in spite.
You know, we can't leave because we're in a fall, so might as well we have a good time. Talk to me now, no?
Yes.
All right. So at this time, our MP, Mrs. Nita Garvey, will be coming with her remarks. Make some noise for the MP now.
Thank you, Leighton, our master of this impromptu ceremony. I want to acknowledge Council who has played a role in ensuring that we get to this point. I want to acknowledge the hard-working team, and for the first time I can declare them the hard-working team of the Water Commission in St. Catherine, and to the team in Kingston as well, headed by Mr. Mark Barnett, and the St. Catherine team headed by Mr. Gary Johnson. I want to acknowledge them this morning in a special way. School boards at Springvale and Gibraltar Primary Schools. Also want to acknowledge the principals, Miss Lynette Gordon and Mrs. Barham, who both work hard to give guidance to our young people in these parts. And to know now that both schools will have water flowing through your pipes must be an awesome day for you as well. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Carl Rose, and a former principal of the school. Don't look so much, but back then 70 million looked like $1 billion in my eyes. Subsequently, we had this water here tested by Rural Water some 8 years ago, and they indicated to us that the water was good, but they weren't sure that the supply would be enough for the community. I continued to try. I also tried to get water from Bogwalk to come up here, but then I was told that if it comes off that route, then the people in the other communities would be deprived of the supply as well. So that wouldn't work either. I also then went on to ask this new manager who came to the Water Commission to do another test on the river and to tell me whether or not it would be feasible. He did his checks. They carried out their studies, and they came back to say, yes, it would be feasible, and yes, they would put a project document together for me. That was only the beginning, because a project document is only your guide to what is possible. But now you'd have to go find money to fund it, and you'd have to make sure that it would fall within the budget of the government. I then had to get a license to extract the water from the river to get it to you. That took me almost 6 years just to get the license to extract the water from the river to get it to the people. Having done so, having gotten the project document from the Water Commission, I then set up a meeting to go and speak with the minister. I don't want anybody to say me rude, but I was a little bit short of being rude to him because I don't think he really understood what I was feeling on your behalf. Because I know it is not easy to live in a household, especially with children, without water. It is not easy. And I know because I grew up in Browns Hall, St. Catherine, where it was tank water that we lived off. And I know what happens when you can't flush a toilet. And I know what happens to me when I have to go to a pit latrine. With the little something them run around the road, the rim of the something. And I'm afraid I don't even want to go there. You understand? And in 2023, I believe the time has come for these communities to come together. So I want to explain to you, giving up, I continue to pursue in earnest. And I thank God that the day has come that the project was finally approved for over some $40 million. And that today we can stand here to give God thanks and to commence the launch of the works which will take place here to bring to 400 households water in your pipe.
Amen.
I know some people from content are not.
Morning.
Good morning.
Let me first give acknowledgement and big up to Natalie and the councillor, Natalie Nita, Garvey, and Councillor Harrison. Harrison. My bad. Okay. Two of the hardest working ladies, by the way, that I've ever worked with within the parish. And I'm here many moons now. As it relates to the commendation from my boss as a big man, Mr. Johnson, here with all fairness, is the big man. And for those who know him, him really don't take no for an answer. So once him say get it done, it has to be done. So commendation to Mr. Johnson. All right. As it relates to the overall project,
Angie, man, you get wet. Make sure you go over, so yeah? Make sure that not sink in it. Watch it, baby.
just take time, yeah. As it relates to the overall project now, it is not our intention in no way, shape or form to try to extract more or less from the spring. In other words, we will be allowing the natural flow of the spring to remain as is for those who have some amount of concern with it.
Yeah.
So we won't be troubling it. So we won't be troubling the actual flow of it. Fine. We have 378 meter cube that we can extract from it. What that means is that we will be creating an entombment, something similar to what is there now. So the bottom will be concrete. We will make something similar to this, where a motor, pump and motor will be installed there. The pump and motor is to carry to an elevated location further up. Limeware. Right here also, we will be installing a chlorine system also to treat the water. Everybody follow me so far?
Yes.
So entombment, pump, motor, treatment facility. Of course, we will be rearranging here a bit whereby truck can access the locations. From persons between the entombment to the tank will be fed from the pumping main, which would be a 4-inch galvanized pipeline. Each section will be fed coming from it a 2-inch pipeline coming straight to the person's home. What we expect from you though is that the operation will not be 24 hours per day.
So that means you require to have some amount of storage. So once you are pumping, you fill up your tank and then you're supposed to be good to go once.
Better have a guy on the head. Better have a
I like that one.
Better, far better.
The school also will be not, we will not leave out the schools also.
No.
So therefore the schools will be attended likewise. I think they have a tank there also too. So water will be supplying to them, the water is stored and then they can distribute whenever we are not pumping.
Yes.
However, before I continue, we expect those tanks to have what we call float valves and non-return on the system, on your system. I can elaborate a bit more. What the float valve does is similar to your toilet tank.
Yes, stop, man.
It's similar to the valve inside your toilet, whereby once it's full, it stops. Toilet tank.
Yeah.
Everybody follow me so far?
Yes.
What you don't want is a tank overflowing.
Yes. Yes.
What you don't want is a tank overflowing. Because what it does, it stops somebody else from getting water.
And waste the water.
What happened again, why you need a non-return, is that when you have the tank and the water goes to the tank, if you don't have a non-return, you know what takes place?
Yes. Water.
Somebody tell me. Water run right back out.
Yeah, water waste.
So what happens now is that you will call us and say, we have been pumping and all of a sudden the water stop and the water gone. You know why? Because the water runs straight back from your tank but to the network.
Okay.
So those two devices are very, very important.
Yes.
A float valve and a non-return.
Yes.
Alright. What happens now is that once we are pumping, you will be getting water directly from the pumping main going towards the storage tank. I'm not sure if they will be metered at that time. They will be metered. So in other words, you pay for what you use.
Yes.
Make it even double worse. You don't want to waste it.
Yes.
Alright? We expect your cooperation.
Yes.
We expect your support.
Yes.
The contractor, which is Quality Plus, will be here doing their activities. And as usual, along with the MP and council assistants, we will use as much persons within the area as possible on the project itself. On the project itself. We'll talk to the council and the MP about that.
What is unsure?
For the pipeline work, the pipeline work will be done by NW
Push up that
School.
chair.
We won't be using any outside
One chair.
persons. For the pipeline work, that will be done by NWC staff.
Right, so the pipeline work, as Mr. Johnson just mentioned, will be done by this lady team, so she will be mostly be on the ground doing the pipeline work. But for the entombment part, those persons, we can get support and assistance from the community.
Yes.
Also, which is very important also, it is not our intention to deprive you from the current system that you have. So the idea is that we will still be leaving some amount of water in the section, the second section, well, section pool section. So for those persons who want to relax, those persons who want to have a quiet time down there can still have that activity. So what we want to do, we want to improve the life by supplying you with water without disrupting the existing system. Everybody follow me so far? Alright, so I think that would conclude my presentation unless anyone want to, yes.
All right, let's give Mr. Davis a round of applause. All right, so we're working in collaboration with your member of parliament and your councillor, right? Now, Mr. Davis mentioned that you'll be metered. A meter is your friend. You pay for what you use. It registers what you use.
Yes.
Right?
At the present,
No, and the people that phone drop in the water.
Don't have the part there where they baptize people.
A river, man, where they swim.
They swim over
The
there.
deep part, yeah.
And just like water, then drink.
Wash, no, man, that's where they drink from, but then wash the sand, lick up in there. You know? Have mercy, me no. I turn up over no water. Give me the color umbrella. Woo! People, the place crowded, so I'm actually going to bless the river.
Move it up long time, man. Get out of here. Don't turn up that though.
Today is a symbolic day, a day when we celebrate and when we give God thanks. And if you are familiar, especially, I watch a documentary on Sub-Saharan Africa, watching people walking 15 miles just to get a little water. And the quality of the water was not good. But we are grateful to God that this, which we now give thanks for,
Yes.
is that the water has been tested by the relevant authority and the quality is good. And therefore, that which will be consumed will be good for the human body. And it's a tremendous blessing from Almighty God. So
yeah, guys, we have come to the end of our videos. Y'all hear it, y'all see it. And we just hope that this will become a reality and not just meeting for talk's sake, you know. It would be the best thing that ever happened to our communities. We're super excited and we're looking forward for this. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mwah, I love you.